Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Children of Morta. Said at the end of last episode by the way, where we rescued Mary. It was tough. The area itself was tough. It killed us a few times. The boss was tough and also killed us a few times. But once we figured out how the fight worked, which takes a while because the game doesn't explicitly tell you how you're supposed to do it. You kind of just feel your way through it. But once we figured that out, we got through, and in the end, we were able to prevail. But right at the end, we were hit by two huge bombshells. Number one, Grandma Margaret sacrificed her life fighting off against possibly the same creature that we had defeated in the forest, and then a revelation that the only way to end all of this would be to sacrifice Mary's child once the child is born. So yeah, we had a moment of victory, but it was tempered by those dark revelations. Anyway, we're back into it. We do have a cutscene. Let's take a look at what Mark is doing by the Book of Rhea.
It was merely a soothing potion Mark sought among his grandma's books. But what he found was like a bolt of lightning through his heart. They would have to sacrifice the newborn babe to the mountain god to stem the tide of the corruption and save the world. Knowledge sometimes brings great suffering to the compassionate.
Okay, so it seems that Mark has also learned the same thing that I believe Ben and John learned last time, that apparently this is the only way to put an end to all of this. Hopefully that doesn't end up being the case, because that would be a dark way to end indeed. Now, I also said at the end of the last episode that I would find out whether there was anything remaining to be done in the Caeldippo Caves. Well, first we have a cutscene.
Although they were still mourning the loss of their grandma, they had to continue with their mission. Two more spirits of Rhea needed to be freed and brought to the safety of their home. John thought they should be able to find the temple that housed Anairaha, the spirit of the winds, somewhere in the city of Barahat. Maybe he could shed some more light on the nature of the corruption and the mountain god.
Alright, that was talking about the next area that we have to go. But as I said I would see whether there was anything remaining to be done in the Caeldippo Caves. And indeed, unfortunately, there is one thing that we haven't found yet. We do need to get it. And, my pattern is gonna be when we're doing, this kind of stuff, when we're going back to areas we've already done to find encounters, I'll go with whoever is at the lowest level. Now, Kevin and Joey were both at level 6, but we'd already played with Joey, and we haven't seen Kevin in a while, so I thought we'll go with him. And see what we can do with him. Let's refresh ourselves. What abilities do you have? You can go invisible. That's the thing we newly unlocked, and that's something that it's important to make use of. In order to truly use him to his full potential. See, he goes invisible and moves unhindered, and on the attack that takes him out of that, he has a chance to do an instant kill. Now, it doesn't tell us exactly what the stats on that are, but I'm sure it's very effective and is a good way to clear out enemies if you use it judiciously. It does have a long cooldown though, this ability. And is therefore something that should be saved for emergencies. Okay, let's continue picking up runes, because we do want their codex entries, and we do want them as well, because they can give you some useful bonuses while they're still active. Alright. What are we looking for? Well, there's one souvenir from the caves that we have yet to find. And hopefully we find it. What is this? Not really too worried about that, but I guess we'll hold on to it. Maybe we'll find a bad charm that we want to reroll. Wait, hang on, what? Rerolls runes, rather, right? Oh, rerolls runes. Yeah, maybe we'll find a bad rune that we want to get rid of. What do you do? Shoot a missile. Okay. I used it because I just wanted to see what sort of area of effect it has. It looks pretty good. And it's on a pretty short cooldown as well, looks like. Fan of Knives will knock back enemies. That could be useful. In fact, definitely will be useful, because if we're being surrounded by enemies, that could have some pretty good defensive value. Well, these enemies are... I used my Fan of Knives, but it seemed like they all went into a single enemy, because I did not see a fan. Alright, let's try this again. That's much better. Somehow you got your shot off. Alright. We have a lot of chests on the ground. Not enough, come on. Not enough,
Steps were taken without regret, for it was never possible to change a destiny unknown.
I was gonna say a lot of chests, not enough gemstones to make them worthwhile. Who knows? Maybe we're gonna get a gemstone out of this? No gemstone, but we get an animal treat, and we get that. I don't want to hold on to anything that's gonna do damage to me. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster, so I'll hold on to this other charm. And let's just pick that up, and we are close enough to full health that I'm just gonna... Well, let's walk back. Maybe we'll find something on the floor that we can interact with. It doesn't look like it. Okay. One good thing about Kevin, which I should be using more often, is that he has 3 evades. Which, if you use them properly, can really take you out of some tricky situations. We're now on the second part of this. Oh my god, what is going on? Oh. I'll take the Obelisk of Fortune, because it'll multiply gold. Okay. I wanted to get my gold bonuses, which is why I'm being a bit reckless. I was confident in my ability to take them down. We even leveled up. I will... Oh my god. Take these guys out before I take a look at my skills. Uh-oh, yeah. The enemies that spawned out of the ground were what really threw me off there. Okay, another thing to be mindful of is that Joey, not Joey, but Kevin can most definitely not outrange these guys. And they are actually pretty tough to take down with him because he cannot interrupt them. I don't know if anyone can interrupt them, to be honest. Okay. Now we are once again in a dire situation where we need some sort of healing. Whether it's lucky healing on the ground or from a chest, but some sort of way to get our health back. We have yet another gemstone, which could be good if we find anything that we can use it on. Another elite enemy that is constantly summoning things out of the ground. Not... Oh my god, are you serious? I thought I dodged that. Well, this run has been short enough that we're gonna go straight back in.
Mary had already started studying Margaret's books of potion making and recipes before the disaster had struck. She worked through them cautiously and patiently. After all, someone had to follow in Grandma's footsteps and help the family in their efforts.
Oh, looks like Mari's picked up a new skill. That's good. Any cutscenes around? Doesn't look like it. What I want to do is to upgrade... Rune durability, relic cooldown. You know what? Let's do one rank of relic cooldown. And now with the remaining money, there's nothing we can get. Okay. That's fine. Let's just go straight back in. And I think we're just going to go in with Kevin again. And once again, you saw in the last... Well, actually, before we go in, let's see if there's anything we can do with animal treats. But once again, you saw just what a hard life it is for a melee character in this game. Oh, we have a lot of animal treats. So for now, let's give 2... Yeah, let's give all 3 to Faramars, and let's give 2 rare treats to Riker. So now we're at plus 15, plus 15. And now let's go back in. Let's go back in with Mark. See if we can do something interesting. Yeah, it's it is a hard life as a melee character. And again, that wasn't exactly a fan of knives because they all... oh, are there two different elites? There are. This is terrifying. In fact, we're probably gonna die in the first room. Well, let's try and maybe take them down. If we can take down the non-respawning enemies and thin down this giant horde of enemies that's bearing down on us. Maybe if I do this. Okay, it seems that you lose your invisibility the moment you attack. Uh-oh. Okay, that was good, because we did some good damage. Unfortunately, neither of the elites died. One of them has finally gone down. And that is the one that is summoning enemies. These guys have a really odd hitbox on their attacks, and they were responsible, or that one elite was responsible for the final hit that killed us in the end. Yeah, the other thing about Mark is that he doesn't have any way to defend himself against ranged attacks coming straight at him. Okay. I do want to smash those... I do want to smash those pots, is what I was going to say. Alright. Let's see now. What do we want? These enemies are such an annoying source of damage because they have been specifically set up to start their animations from just outside the range of your melee attacks. Sure, Raging Rouge. Why not? We have 4 gemstones. Sure, yeah, let's just throw our run away. Why not? No, I mean, we shouldn't die. Not to this. Not to this. But we will have to be pretty intelligent with how we... Come on. Come on. The smart thing would have been to come here after getting some health. We're only on the second wave. Wow. So let's go invisible. And now instant kill. That's what I like. Okay, we have to get better at using that ability. Okay. Oh no, more enemies have joined us. Okay, we can do this. I just wish your melee attacks would interrupt enemies as well. Because it seems that they don't. It seems to me that these guys just keep on just attacking without a care in the world. Alright, let's go invisible again. Instant kill. That's how you're supposed to play Kevin. And that guy has gone down. Another one of you, really. Oh, decoy has shown up. Another group of enemies. Oh, it seems that these are just these easy enemies. Maybe if this is the last group? Indeed. Wow, nice. And what was the point of all that? Well, we get a bunch of gold uh, the Shards of Ice Divine Relic, and this, which gives us the effect of a random obelisk, which I'll probably save for the boss. This I'm just gonna take, because if we don't take it before we leave the floor, it'll be wasted anyway. Just stabbed that one bat right out of the air, and a double instant kill is what I like to see. And getting close to yet another level. Now, what would I put points into with a second point? Better Guardian Rage? Maybe? Ultimate Frenzy sounds like a good thing against the boss. Regular Frenzy might also be okay, but I think the way to do it is to get a longer Guardian Rage. Oh no, okay. At least there were no spikes around that gravity trap. Okay, that... See what I mean about the hard life as a melee character, because it's so hard to avoid the little chip damage done to you by ranged enemies that will start lining up their shot from far away and might just have enough time to shoot you as you're getting close to them. And these bats that will do little bits of damage to you, just whittling you down. But that's good. This is something that's gonna slightly improve our DPS by occasionally launching an axe. And what do I want out of this? Out of these 5 gemstones. Saving them for the shop might not be a bad idea, but honestly, we might not even live long enough to get... Are you serious? Both attacked me? That's outrageous. Yeah, I think longer Guardian Rage is gonna be the way to go. And we unlocked Kevin's runes for all family members. Alright. And... Both of those are actually pretty good. But I think I might start saving up skill points to raise Fan of Knives to level 3. Okay. Let's go here into... Okay, you can't instant kill regular enemies. Which is probably something that should have been obvious. Okay. Alright, how are we gonna deal with this? Well, there's so many enemies launching ranged attacks at us. I think we kind of have to do this. Okay. That felt good. We even got a pretty good kill streak bonus. Unfortunately, enemies are getting cheap hits at us. But that felt good. We took down a lot of enemies. We've got a bit of healing to counteract the bad damage that we have taken. Bad damage, but also... Did you see how many enemies there were? Okay, now I do notice this secret on the ground. So I am gonna try and... Okay. Alright. Let's allow these bats to follow us. and we can kill them over this secret. It does seem to be getting brighter. Are you serious, man? Oh, at least we got some healing out of you. Okay. We need more enemies to follow us. Hopefully these spiders are gonna... It's getting brighter. Come on, man. Come on. These bats are so annoying to fight. I'm hoping for this guy to summon a couple of spiders so they can follow us. Well, one of them dropped a gem. That's pretty good. Maybe a couple more spiders. Okay. There we go. Finally got our reward, and I don't think it was worth it because what did we get? Well, we got some health, that's good. All we got was a rune. Well, I guess we got the codex entry for that, which is one of my objectives. Okay, fan of... Oh, that changed how fan of knives works. That's not good, because now it's no longer all around us. It's now more of a shotgun effect. I don't think I like that, actually. I mean, I'll have to get used to it, but then eventually this rune is gonna wear out, so I can't even count on it as a part of our build. Which is why I wish they would make runes permanent in this game. Health is always good. Let's just take the experience shrine right now. Okay. Oh my god. Facing the wrong way. Really? Okay. Gonna... again? See, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use my fan of knives and then run back, but it seems that if you're too quick about running away, then your fan of knives will go in the wrong direction. Okay. Okay. Alright. You guys are really testing my patience here. How much money do we have? Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Oh, we've lost so much health. Oh, we lost so much health. Okay. Okay. We once again need more health. We are only on the second floor of this 3-part dungeon, and this guy could kill us in a single hit. We don't have... You know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna try and assassinate you. That didn't work. Okay. It really should be a confirmed kill if it's a regular enemy, because otherwise you could just be going out of invisibility and putting yourself in a dangerous position for no reason. Oh my god, that trap. I wasn't even aiming for it, and I feel like I didn't even really attack it, but we know sometimes the hitboxes in this game are... Ooh, that was a lucky dodge. Okay. 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 Okay, okay, okay. What? Ah, I didn't even see that guy. See, this is what I mean about archers are frequently... There's one and you attack it and then there's another one behind it. And then that starts attacking you while you're attacking the first one. Yet more evidence that this game was really not made for solo melee characters. Because how are you supposed to deal with that in a non-frustrating way? Well, we found our shopkeeper, and we're coming here with a lot of gemstones. Are there any good graces? Ah, that's useless. Ferocious enemies do reduce damage, sure. Let's just use that. And I don't like this charm that I've picked up, so I'm gonna take the temporary shield. And I'm even gonna take the creates an area that damages enemies. Not confident about beating the boss, but maybe we can reach the 3rd floor and at least search it for this last souvenir that I'm hunting down. Hoping that I don't have to spend my gems buying healing, because that is the least efficient way. Okay. One thing that really pulls Kevin back is how short range his attack is. We get more healing. That's good. Rogue's Will. Kevin stays in maximum frenzy until hit. That's actually pretty good. What do we get here? Fan of Pain. Damages increased, but reduces the range. Oh, I thought I dodged that. Come on. Okay, we should be attacking the decoy. That's good. Okay, that. Oh, that's a lucky health drop. Let's not forget that animal treat. More health on the ground. Okay, this run could potentially be turning around. Yes, we're waiting for those guys to shoot. Sure, let's just take that health.
A not so innocent game of chance and memory.
Oh boy, this thing again. So it's not number 1. So either 2, 3, or 4. It's not 2. First one is either 3 or 4. It's not 3. Okay, so the first one is 4. At least these guys drop a bit of gold for our trouble. 4 and not 1, so 4 and either 2 or 3. Come on. 4, 2, and either 1 or 3. So 4, 2, 3, 1. Gotcha. 4, 2, 3, 1. And what do we get? What do we get? Ooh, we got some healing. Ooh, this guy's amazing, because it's a temporary companion that you summon. He goes away after a while, but he does a lot of damage. So let's look at our 2. We've got creates an area that damages and slows, and we have our friend Pashmalu, yeah. Okay. Where have we not gone? We haven't gone down. With only 1 skill point. I am tempted to put it into one of the new abilities we unlocked, but I really do think... Okay, let's use our Divine Graces. Alright. Got another kill streak bonus. That's always good. Small bit of extra gold. I wish one of those knives would have hit that archer. Uh-oh. Oh, that archer. That arrow followed us for miles. Okay, come on. There is some healing on the ground, but I can't afford to become sloppy. Ooh, there's a couple of gems. That's actually pretty good. We got a bunch of gold. How much gold do we have? Quite a bit. That's nice. This is good. This is gonna raise our damage. Let's go further down. What's down here? Possibly... Ooh. This is it. This is the last souvenir in the Caeldippo Caves. We didn't even have to fight anyone. All we had to do was find it and pick it up. Okay, come on. Okay. Get another kill streak bonus. Gives us another cool 20 gold. Which I'm okay with. More gold. Always fun. Now, should I spend some of my gems on healing? No point. We're not under any pressure to finish this dungeon. Let's just get as much experience as we can. As much gold as we can. And hopefully we'll be able to find a bunch of chests to spend our... Ooh, we have a full heal. Okay, we have a full heal. Let's save that. Ooh, more gems. Okay, this has gone bad very quickly. But we got bailed out by a lucky health drop, which means we don't have to get our... There are so many archers there. Wow, okay, let's try this. We're invulnerable. Okay. We got a couple of them down. Now some melee enemies are coming after us. Okay. Once again, lucky health drops would be much appreciated, and another elite is coming. Okay. Okay. Elites are actually much easier to fight than groups of ranged enemies. Create an explosion when entering Shadow Cloak. That sounds pretty good. Now, there were a bunch of archers left. Come on, man. How are you supposed to deal with this as a melee character? Okay, it would be embarrassing to die with this shrine unused, so I'm just gonna take that. Take you down. Okay. Another kill streak bonus. Oh, so many. Okay. Okay. Now, what do we want from the remainder of this run? Just a lot of gold would be nice. More experience, another level up for Kevin would also not be bad. Mainly, though, I just want a lot of gold. What? Oh, these little guys. Okay, that was a pretty good use of that. Were you the one that hit me? Yeah, it is. I'm never gonna stop saying this because it is so true, and if you don't take any other lesson from watching this Let's Play, at least I want you to learn this, that it is very, very hard playing solo as a melee character. And if you choose to do that, I want you to know exactly what you're getting into. So a long, long time ago, I resigned myself to the fact that I'm never gonna be using melee characters as a way of making progress, you know, as a way of going into new, difficult areas and immediately challenging the bosses. No, I'm only gonna be using melee characters to backtrack into areas I've already been, because that is really the only way you can at least consistently do kind of okay, is going into areas that you're over leveled for. We have so many gemstones, and what are we gonna do with them? Well, if there's a shop at the end, which I hope there is. John's Heaven Strike. Casts with critical... Come on, man. Critical primary attack. Okay. We are actually getting close to yet another level. You see an example of that rune in action right there. There again. I'm gonna bring Pushmalu back briefly. Where is that guy running? Oh my god. Leveled up. We only have 2 points though. 1 point more is what we need before we can upgrade a Fan of Knives. This guy... Look, again, there's another ranged enemy back there. Like, in these staggered formations, there is really no way to fight them properly as a ranged character. Because while you're going in and taking down one of them, others are... Oh no. Oh no. I was not ready for this kind of an enemy, because now I've got to remember how his pattern goes. Alright. There's no reason why we should die against this enemy, right? What is infuriating, though, is these regular enemies that are popping up out of nowhere. And adding to the complications in what was already a pretty terrifying fight against this creature. Alright, I'm gonna be bringing Pashmalu on pretty quick, but first I want to make sure that all the trash enemies are dealt with. Okay, that was lucky. But now, Pashmalu, it's your time to shine. Yeah, I think we got you. Yeah, you are gone. Constant health regeneration, but health globes heal less. I'm okay with that. Because this means we have a cheap way to get to full health whenever we want. Lightning damage upon evading. Sounds good to me. Flames orbit you. Sounds good to me. I'll take that just because maybe it was a... Maybe it was something we needed the codex for, but we didn't. Shield, which will protect you from a certain amount of damage. I'll take that because we definitely did need a codex for that. And I'll be using that in the boss fight. We are now out of gems, by the way. Alright. Even though we have accomplished our objective, I still want to fully explore just to get as much gold as I can from this dungeon. Come on, man. Alright. And get as close as we can to... Oh. We do have one gemstone, in case we find a chest to open. Also want to get as close to the next level as I can. Ooh, and here's something. Primary attack damage increases with the number of gemstones possessed. That... I mean, I would have probably still used my gemstones anyway, but... That is pretty hilarious to find that at this stage. Okay. Instant kill is nice. I'm concentrating here. I don't want to... Even though we have regeneration, better not to take damage. If you can at all help it. I have a small amount of healing on the ground as well, but I want to save that, although there's no point, really. What's this? Okay, this usually has some useful stuff. Another rune? Ooh, codex entries. This is something I wasn't even thinking about. Have we gotten all the codex entries for the caves? Maybe we haven't. Maybe we're gonna have to keep coming back. I think for now, though, I'm gonna not worry too much about codex entries. I'll focus on the keepsakes. And we'll worry about codex entries when we're deeper into the game. I'm just gonna go straight into the boss fight. Riker, of course, is gonna give us a bit of extra healing, which has taken us to full. And against the boss, well, I'm gonna use this, the Ironhide, although arguably I should have saved it for when I was low on health. So I'm gonna immediately use my my Guardian Rage. And I guess immediately kill the boss. That was straightforward. Okay, now let's talk to you. And let's just call it good. Before we end this video, though, I will be taking a look at the animal shelter and
The wish that their mother was alive was a shared longing for Ben and John. The younger son placed Margaret's staff on the same pedestal he had taken his father's sword from, his mind wondering about the truth of the horrific secret that their mother had left for them in her final letter.
Another short little cutscene. And we've got another cutscene to look at, but it looks like the staff that John put on top of the fireplace is still there and is now a permanent change to the decor of the house. Before we... Well, okay, let's look at this cutscene first.
Soon, the Bergsons would have to face Bushra, the villainous ruler of Barahut and lover of the Wind Spirit. Agitated, Ben was pointing out the passes that led to the halls of Anairaha. John, however, was lost in his thoughts. Thoughts that only Mark could guess.
That gave us a bit of exposition about the next area that we're going to be going into. Let's take a look at our messages. Most of them are old ones. Although I guess I hadn't checked them for a while. But the one new one is we found the mask of the Eastern goddess, right? The name isn't showing up fully, and to the right it only shows the description. I think it said Eastern goddess. Might be god. But yes, that is now over here in Kevin's room, just to the left of the window. Before we end, I do want to go to Ben's workshop. I want to put, if I can, a couple points into improving primary damage. And indeed looks like we will be able to. Gotten a nice little bonus with 400. Can we do anything? Book of Rhea, maybe? No. So, last thing I'm gonna do with one common animal treat, we'll give it to Faramars. Take you to 15%. Give another rare treat to Riker. Take you back up to 15% as well. And I think... Just check our notes. Indeed, we're at 15% again. On that note, I think we're going to end this video. We had a successful run. We had a failed run in the beginning where I just was rusty, I wasn't playing well, and we got swarmed by enemies. Our second one was more successful. We found our last souvenir. We even beat the boss for good measure, even though that wasn't required. Although at the end, I was reminded of something that I hadn't been thinking about, was that there are also not codex, but journal entries to be finding, and it's entirely possible that there are a lot more of those remaining in the caves. So again, between this and the next episode, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up to see how far away we are. But I think for now we are gonna progress into the next area, and what I might start doing for codex entries is that I might do runs off screen and then let you know whenever I found that special library room, and then we could do something about that. But I think it would probably be a bit too boring going into old areas over and over again when there's no story progress, nor are there any souvenirs to find, and it's just for extra little notes. So we'll see how we'll do it. We've got time to figure out how we're gonna approach that. But anyway, I think it is time to bring this episode to a close. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll join me for the next one, which is when we will be going back into the second chapter and hopefully making some genuine story progress. So until then, take care.